Hey everybody, it's Matt Hopi with Spirit of the Seas, and this month our partner supplier has been Azamara. But September is almost over, so without further ado, we're going to get to another episode. But I needed to bring in an expert. I haven't sailed with Azamara before. I've done all the training. I've been selling the cruise line, but I haven't actually been on their ships yet. So rather than me talk to you about it, I'm bringing in an expert. And that expert is one of our own. That's right. Joining me this week, Karen Raymond, one of the cruise specialists from Vacations for Canadians. So sit back, grab yourself a beverage, and enjoy. Here we go with another episode of Spirit of the Seas. Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Spirits of the Seas. We are back, and this month we are talking all things Azamara Cruises. Now, I've never sailed with the cruise line before. That's why I brought in a residential expert. And for this week, I have with me Karen Raymond, another one of our fantastic cruise specialists with Vacations for Canadians. Now, Karen, I haven't sailed with the cruise line myself. I've done all the training. We're now selling the cruise line. But over the course of this month, as I've been looking at all the different itineraries that you have, I have been filled with FOMO myself that I haven't been able to experience this cruise line. So I'm very much looking forward to you being here and sharing with us your experience on that cruise line. So just to remind everybody of how these episodes work, what we do every week is we talk about the particular cruise line that we're featuring for that month, this month being Azamara. Then we go into the specific promotions that are going on for that cruise line. We highlight one particular sailing that we offer through Vacations for Canadians, and then we wrap things up with a delicious cocktail. This week, Karen has come to us with her cocktail of choice, so we'll be making that at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that. But first off, we're going to get to the promotions that we have going on with Azamara. So with that in mind, I'll turn it over to Karen to go over the promotions we got going on.
Super. So as you know, that Azamara is Supplier of the Month this month for September. So we've got a couple weeks left with our great promotions. And we have three main ones that I think you want to be paying attention to. So the first one is if you're looking to get on a sailing by the end of the year, we've got some amazing last minute voyage rates. And these ones are cheap and cheerful. You're going to find your best itinerary choices between now and the end of the year. So a lot of great availability still to come. So if you're thinking about sailing soon, I think you might want to take a look at those itineraries to take a peek and see what we can find for you. The second one is for 25 and 26 sailings. So this is the Hidden Gems sailing, which is amazing. We are offering two kinds of pieces to this promotion. So we've got some onboard credit, which is always a nice bonus when you're sailing. You want to have some extra money to spend on some fancy things that you're looking for while you're doing your sailing. But you also have a choice, which is kind of cool. So you've got a choice of either upgrading your already great beverage package to the premium package. So you're going to learn that with Azamara, the beverage package is already included. So it's not something you have to add on just to set sail. Or you can upgrade the Wi-Fi. So you get the choice of either of those two plus the onboard credit for those 25 and 26 sailings. So amazing. They've got some really, really cool itineraries that we're going to chat about later. Some fancy ones. So some unique sailings with the intensive voyages, which is really cool. And then the third one, because Azamara is being featured this month with Vacations for Canadians, we've got another amazing deal that we want to share with you. And that is just onboard credit bonuses. So depending upon your sailing time, as well as your stateroom choice. So you can get from $100 US onboard credit all the way up to $250 onboard credit with a suite. So that is a little extra cherry on top for any of your Azamara sailings.
Perfect. So yeah, especially when you can combine some of those promotions, like the $500 onboard credit, and you throw into that what we're offering with our partner supplier of the month, then you can really get some bang for your buck. And so we only got a little bit of time left. September is almost wrapped up. So we want to make sure we get those bookings in before the end of the month so that you can take advantage of those fantastic promotions. So being on the ship yourself, what would really jump out to you? Because I know I've sailed on comparable cruise lines, but I haven't been on Azamara myself. So what kind of jumps out to you as one of those like signature things that really drew you to Azamara?
So it really is a luxury line. And what I loved about Azamara, from the moment we stepped near the ship, you could tell there was something special about it. So the embarkation procedure was a piece of cake. So there were people there to guide you every step of the way. we were on board and having a drink on the pool deck within like 5 minutes flat. So that was terrific. With only 630 passengers on our sailing, it's really a bit of a difference with the amount of service they can offer. Right. So it's really customized. But I have to say, it's the White Nights and the Azamara experiences that were really, really incredible. So we got to enjoy our White Night in Dubrovnik.
Oh,
so
nice.
A very special place, a very special evening where the whole pool decks are transformed with white tablecloths and linen. Just an absolutely beautiful, beautiful event. And you just kind of look around and think, this is something special.
Yeah, and I've been fortunate that I've got to spend some time in Croatia, but I haven't been to Dubrovnik. I've been to Zadar, I've been to Split, I've been to Zagreb, but that's one of the places I haven't been. So when I see those like real intensive voyages that focus on those areas and you get to hit some of those spots that you might not have been before, that's where it's like, I spent that time in Croatia, but I would love to go back because I really enjoyed my time at those places. But there's also other locations in Croatia that I haven't been to before. So those kind of itineraries still jump out to me.
Mm-hmm. It's very special when you can really feel like you've seen a country through those intensive voyages. And, to your point, I've been to Dubrovnik and Split before and other sailings in the Mediterranean. They were amazing, amazing spots. But there was really something quite unique about being able to say you've really, truly visited the country. And Azamara does it well with their intensive voyages. They've got a whole handful of them that are really worth looking into.
Fantastic. Well, with that, let's get to this week's Pick of the Week. We have an amazing cruise opportunity for you with Vacations for Canadians and Azamara Cruises. This is a 9-night France intensive sailing from June 10th to the 19th of 2025. It's priced at $8,595. It includes 7 different port stops across France. What better way to see all there is to offer with France on the Azamara Quest? This is in a club veranda stateroom, so you get to enjoy the ultimate luxury in your veranda stateroom. Perks included in this one are beverage package, fine dining, gratuities, self-service laundry, as well as Wi-Fi, and get this, $700 in on-board credit. Want more? Sure, why not? If you pay this cruise in full, we will give you an additional 5% of your cruise fare in onboard credit. So you can add that to the already amazing $700 in onboard credit offered to you exclusively through Vacations for Canadians. You will get all that onboard credit when you book with us. So don't delay, book today. We're back, and now it's time to make a delicious cocktail. And I asked Karen before we started recording what cocktail she would like to make today. And so we are going to make a classic cocktail because for a luxury line like Azamara, you want a classic cocktail. And so for that one, if you can't tell by the ingredients laid out in front of us today, we are making a grasshopper. So for a grasshopper, for the ingredients that we're going to need for this cocktail, we have creme de cacao, we have our creme de menthe, and then we have some heavy cream. So just store-bought heavy cream. I typically use McGuinness for all of my liqueurs. So whether it's banana liqueur, creme de cacao, creme de menthe, any of those, you can find those at any liquor store, and they're delicious. So that is what we have to make today's cocktail. So just to review the recipe, if you're going to make this at home, we're looking for 3/4 of an ounce for each of your spirits. So that's your creme de cacao, creme de menthe. And then just 1/4 of an ounce of the heavy cream. That's just to give it that frothiness that we like with those grasshopper cocktails. So we already have ice in the shaker ready to go. Ready to do this?
Let's do it.
All right. So like I said, we're going to start with the creme de cacao. So you've got your jig there. Mm-hmm. So we're just looking to put 3/4 of an ounce into the jig. And I'm going to pass that one over to you.
All right.
Now, Karen, we were talking earlier about that you sailed to Croatia the last time.
Yes, I did.
So, if you had to pick another intensive itinerary, where would be the next place that you would want to go with those intensive journeys that Azamara features?
Well, I've noticed there's some really cool ones around Ireland. There's some really neat ones around Iceland as well. I think I would really explore that area of the world.
Yeah.
So those intense. I love the intensive idea because, like I said before, you really get in there and you get all those spots that you otherwise wouldn't see on the other cruise lines. So I think there's some neat ones around the United Kingdom and through Europe.
Yeah, I could definitely get behind like something like Iceland. We get a lot of clients who reach out to us that want to see the Northern Lights and things like that. I mean, we're pretty fortunate in Canada that depending on the time of year and the weather, that sometimes we can even see it from here in Niagara. So, I mean, rather fortunate. So remember, for this last one, not too much there, just 1/4 of an ounce for the heavy cream. I'm going to throw that right into there with the ice and our creme de cacao, creme de mint. Now, lids on. All right, I'm going to take that out of your way. And then, just over the shoulder, hold on to the cap. There we go, just like the pros. All that you're doing when you're shaking that is just to froth it up. That's where that heavy cream is going to come in. Just going to pour real nice when we go into our glass here. Strain and pour. So we leave the ice in the shaker. Get that nice color.
There we go.
All right.
Perfect after dinner drink.
For sure. I always used to drink Polar Bears, which is very similar to this. That's always a shot, but same sort of concept, except with the heavy cream here to give it that little bit of frothiness. So that's it. That's all there is to the grasshopper. Now, before we wrap up, Karen, and enjoy this delicious cocktail, what would be one helpful hint that you could suggest to our clients if they're considering sailing with Azamara?
That's a great question. So one thing that I really appreciated with Azamara was that they have self-service laundry mats there.
Okay.
So ideal for people who are doing a back-to-back cruise, or if you've been traveling or you want to pack a little bit lighter. All you need to do is go into that laundromat and grab yourself a washing machine. They've got the detergent already there for you. You're ready to go. You don't have to worry about packing that, and you can get yourself a fresh load of laundry done. I know it sounds crazy to be excited about that on a trip, but if you're going to do the longer journeys where you've got a second sailing coming up, or just want to come back with some fresh clothes, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, especially on those longer itineraries, you don't have to pack 14 outfits for 14 days. You can scale it back and just rinse and reset.
You got it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming out today, Karen.
Pleasure. Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh, yeah. You can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, it's nice after dinner.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Take care.